Today is January the 10th, 2019. I'm Keith Warr, and welcome to another episode of Homeless in Titusville. And today I'm being joined by, what's your name, ma'am?
Kayla Tierney.
Kayla Tierney. And how do you spell your last name, Kayla?
Tierney, Tierney.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 25.
25 years old.
Yeah.
And did you grow up here in Titusville?
I was born and raised in Mims.
Okay. So
Yeah.
in this area?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to high school at?
Actually, I went to high school in Massachusetts. I moved to Massachusetts when I was 13. I've only been back in Titusville for about 2 years.
And do you have any family here in Titusville?
I do. Just my dad and my two sisters. One of my sisters actually just got 4 years in prison, so.
For what?
A whole bunch of shit. Yeah.
Robbery, or is it like drug related?
Drug related, really. Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been on the streets now?
I've been on the streets off and on since I was 16.
About how long have you been homeless this particular time?
2 years.
And what's the cause of your homelessness this time?
Drug use. And my mom passed away 2 years ago, and my dad's in his early stages of dementia, so I don't really have anybody. I'm kind of out here on my own right now.
Well, who's taking care of your dad? Where's your dad at?
My sister.
With your other sister that's not in jail?
Yeah.
Okay. And how many sisters do you have total?
5. I'm actually the youngest of 6 girls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And you said you had a brother?
No brothers.
No brothers, okay. And does your sisters and your father know that you're homeless, you're on the streets?
Yeah.
And what have they said?
Nothing really.
Nothing really.
Yeah.
And what, when you say you're homeless because of drugs, what drugs are we primarily talking about?
Heroin and crack cocaine. Yeah.
And how long have you been using those two?
Since I was 14.
You've been using crack cocaine
and heroin
since you were 14 years old?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And who turned you on to that?
Nobody.
Well, you had somebody, a friend or somebody had to have.
No, I mean, I grew up around it. It was always around me, you know.
Right. Wow. Oh, how about your sisters? Did they partake in it too with you?
Yeah.
They did. And how about your dad? Was he drug free, or what was his attitude on him?
My parents were drug addicts growing up, but my dad's been clean for 8 years.
Okay. Wow. Do you have any children?
No kids.
No kids.
Thank God.
Okay. How do you pay your, like, how do you pay for your habit? What do you do?
Prostitution.
You prostitute yourself. And you were telling me off camera that you are actually you're into women. You're actually. Yep. So that's got to be really hard to prostitute yourself to men.
It is. It's
like
really
I
hard.
would think it would be very repulsive.
If I didn't have a drug habit, I wouldn't.
Right. And what do you have any other sources of income? Do you get any other kind of money?
I get a Social Security check.
You do?
I do.
And what do you get Social Security for?
It's just mental diagnosis.
Mental illness. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of falls right in with the drug addiction is the mental illness.
Absolutely.
I feel for you right now because I see while we're doing this interview, you're picking at your face, and
yeah.
And what's that about? Like,
it's
why is that?
Habit.
A nervous habit. Okay. Well, I don't want you to be nervous. I just want you to be yourself. Like.
Yeah, I know. It's just
because I care about you. And a lot of other people do too. Have you ever gotten any help for the substance abuse?
Yeah.
You have? And what kind of stuff?
I've been to rehab and stuff.
You have? And did you feel that worked for you or not really? Or
Kind of.
Yeah. And when's the last time you went to rehab?
It's been a while.
2-3 years maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. And was that here in Florida or
no? Massachusetts.
Do you feel like there's more help for people up in Massachusetts than there is?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do too. I'm originally from Cleveland, and it seems to me the northern states have a lot more help for people, and a lot more resources and things like that. So where do you usually sleep at night? Do you sleep in a park? Do you sleep
in an abandoned house?
An abandoned house. Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have blankets there? Do you?
Kind of.
Kind of. And are you there by yourself or with other people?
Usually by myself, but lately, one of my really good friends has been staying with me.
And do you feel safe there?
No,
No.
but I mean, I'm used to it, so
Have you had anybody do anything to you? Any violence?
yeah.
Sexual assaults?
Yeah, I've been through it all.
You have?
Yeah.
And do you usually call the police for these things? Have you ever fill out police reports or
No.
whatever? So basically the people who hurt you and do these things to you, they get away with it.
Pretty much, yeah.
So your childhood, you went through this stuff where you said your parents were drug addicts. So this was just kind of like normal. This is just normal living to you.
Pretty much.
Like you really don't know much of anything else.
Pretty much, yeah.
What would you like your life to be? Like, what would you be doing for a living if you could? Would you be a chef, an astronaut, a
Drug
cop?
and alcohol counselor.
You'd be a drug and
For
alcohol.
juveniles, though.
For juveniles. Okay. And did you graduate high school? Do you have a high school diploma?
I do not.
You don't. Okay. What's the last grade you completed?
9th.
9th grade. So you would need some help getting a GED or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I do know that there are counselors, drug counselors, that are people that have life experience like you do, you know.
Right.
And how about any of your other sisters? Are any of them employed? Do any of them have really good jobs or families?
Yeah.
And what kind of jobs do they do?
I don't really want to get into there.
Well, no, this is your story, but I mean, like, you know, are they professionals? Do they have college degrees? Are they
No,
lawyers? Are
no.
they, you know? Okay.
No.
What would you, if you couldn't, you know, be a drug and alcohol counselor? Do you have any other things that interest you? Do you like, you know, cosmetology, cutting hair, or, you know, any of the trades? Did any of those things pique your interest?
No.
No, not really. So, just a little bit ago, you were sick
Yeah.
and you were withdrawing from the heroin,
Yes.
and you said you get a check, you get a Social Security disability. So I imagine you qualify for Medicaid, right?
Yes.
So really, you know, I'm not judging you. I'm certainly not doing that. But really, this is, in a lot of ways, a choice, right? Because you have the
It is,
insurance.
but it isn't.
And I get that, but you do have insurance, and you could, you know, do things. What about, have you ever thought about the methadone clinic?
I have. I was on it once before.
And how did that work out for you?
Honestly, it was okay, except for I just started shooting cocaine really heavily.
Oh, and did they kick you out for that?
No, I actually walked off the clinic.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Big mistake.
Yeah, a really big mistake. Do you feel like you lived a better life when you were going to the methadone clinic? Like, were you more functional? Were you able to have a job, or?
No, not really.
No. Have you ever had a job?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I worked for my dad and his company, but
What kind of company did he have?
HVAC.
Oh, okay. Okay, so do you have certifications in that? No. Okay. And what happened to that company today? Did they shut the company down, or did he sell it, or?
He retired.
Oh, he retired. And so he just kind of went out of business.
Kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wow. And how are you feeling right now?
I still kind of feel shitty.
Kind of feel shitty.
Yeah. a
But
little
at the
bit.
same time, you sort of feel tired too, right?
Yeah.
So you're kind of in the middle of, I guess, recovering from the withdrawals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I'm out here on the street, so
Yeah.
you know it's rough. So you know, I don't get the proper rest that's needed. So,
Right.
you know.
Right. And where do you usually eat?
Salvation Army.
Salvation Army.
Mhm.
Is that pretty much the only food you have every day? Is eating over there?
Yeah, unless I go to the store and steal it.
Do you get a very large check? Like
No.
No. So I think if you qualify for like SSD, I think it's like $750 a month or something.
Yep, that's what I get. About $7.40.
Yeah. And about how long does that money last you being on the street?
Couple of days.
Couple of days. Wow.
If that.
Wow. And is that because you personally like go through the money, or do you like share it with other people, or?
I share it with other people, but I also kind of help my dad right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow. I mean, that you're in a tough spot, you know, because your dad's ill, and I understand you want to help him, you know, but you need to help yourself also, you know.
I also have a sister in prison, so I have to help her too.
Oh, like send her something so she has something on her commissary and things like that. Is she here in the prison system in Florida?
Yeah.
Wow. Very tough. And how about you? Have you had any kind of contact with law enforcement?
A few times.
Yeah. Have you spent any amount of time in prison or jail?
Not prison, but jail.
Jail, yeah. How about things like trespasses and things like that? Have you gotten a lot of those?
Just one. I actually got trespassed from the park, here in Titusville, Blanton Park, which is kind of bullshit. You know, I don't think it's, you know, they harass us. You know, they have nothing better to do than to fuck with the homeless people, and it's kind of fucked up because, you know, I'm homeless, and it's like, you know, I don't have a place to go use the bathroom or to wash up a little bit. So for them to trespass me from the park, it's kind of ridiculous.
Right, it's the only place you can legally
go to, right,
that you can go. Wow. Where do you usually shower up at? Do you like take bird baths
wherever,
in the bathroom?
Yeah. Wherever I can. If I can't find somewhere to let me take a shower, you know, I'll clean up in the sink and stuff.
Right. How about clothes? Like, how many outfits do you own? Do you own many
Not
pairs
much.
of pants? Or?
No, not much at all. Really, what I have is like stuff that you've brought in Walkabout Ministries.
Yeah.
But being homeless and having to hide my stuff, you know, in abandoned houses or in bushes, a lot of my stuff gets stolen.
Yeah. Wow. Do you have ID right now?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. You don't.
No.
Hey, when's the last time you had any care from like a doctor? Like, when's the last time you were
It's been a while.
checked out? Yeah. Have you been suffering with any physical illnesses?
No.
No, none that you know of that you're aware of.
Right.
Okay. And the mental illness that you get the Social Security for, do you require any medications? Are you supposed to take but you don't?
Yeah. I actually had 2 prescriptions. I just got put on when I went to Circles of Care recently, and I wasn't able to fill them because I didn't have the copay.
Well, what was the copay?
I don't even remember.
It's got to be something cheap, like $2 or $4 or something to that effect.
Right. Well, like I said, you know, being a drug addict and, you know, having a heroin addiction, all my money goes to that because I can't make money if I don't have.
But if you're not well.
Right, exactly.
Right, yeah. A lot of people think that what you're doing is you're chasing a high, but really when you get in the position you're in, you're chasing wellness because without the medicine, I say medicine, but without the substance, right? Without the substance, then you're sick with withdrawals and you cannot function at all.
That part.
And a lot of people don't understand that.
Right.
How much money a day would you say that your habit costs you?
Too much.
Well, give me an estimation. $100, $1,000.
Over $200 a day.
$200 a day. And so you have to either beg, borrow, steal, or trick for the money.
Yeah, that part. I trick most of the time.
Wow.
And it's like, you know, like we discussed before, you know, I like women, so it's really hard to do that, you know, when I don't even like men as it is.
Yeah, I would imagine. It's got to be really difficult.
Right.
Oh, boy. How about friends out here on the streets? Do you have many friends?
No.
No. Recently, the holidays, we had Christmas and New Year's. How did you spend your Christmas day? Just out here on the street?
Just out here on the street, homeless.
Yeah.
Trying to make money.
And how about New Year's? The same thing?
Same thing.
Same thing. Wow. Do you have any idea or do you have any, do you have any ideas of like what you would do to try to help yourself or to use your insurance so that you could, get into the process? Like, have you ever been seen over at Brevard Health Alliance?
No.
Because they would see you. They're, you know, real close here in Titusville.
Right.
You know, to see them and get into some kind of a process.
I would like to get into a rehab.
You would? You'd like to go to
Yeah,
rehab?
definitely.
What if a faith-based rehab? I heard of this place called Jesus Is over in Tampa.
I would try it.
You would do it. You would do
Yeah.
it. Okay. So you're open that you're ready. You want the help.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people don't realize, you know, that kind of stuff is hard to get into. I mean, for people who have, you know, a home, they can just pick up the phone and, you know, put the notes on the refrigerator and things. But when you're out here on the street, it's tough. Like, for instance, do you have a phone?
No.
So you don't have a phone at all. No way to communicate.
No. Can we try to hurry this up?
Yeah. Listen, I really appreciate you taking a few minutes and
Absolutely,
letting
yeah.
us know,
I
what
appreciate
things
you
are like.
taking the time to be concerned. You know, since I met you the first time, you know, you've done nothing but help. And, you know, it means a lot to have somebody that takes the time out of their day and isn't getting for it,
Right.
to take the time and to stop and to conversate with us, and, you know, the little things that you can do, like the little bit of clothing and, you know, the food, just the time. It means a lot,
Right,
you know,
right.
because we don't have people out here that care.
Right.
And,
They'll
you know,
even
it
stop and
means
be
a
your
lot.
friend.
Right. Even just being a friend, you know, it means a lot. It helps. And, you know, I can definitely say that, you know, I'm grateful for you, and I appreciate everything that you do.
I appreciate that too. Listen, guys, you guys can message me at Homeless in Titusville on Facebook. Leave me a message on YouTube. I do check the messages there and get back to people. And you can also send me a message on Facebook. And remember to like and share and subscribe to the channel to see this and more stories of other people out on the street, just like Kayla here. And until next time, may you be just as blessed as you've blessed others.